Hello YouTube. If you're watching this, you probably know I am doing the Miles for MS challenge this month. We're in the last week. I've passed the 200 miles mark out of the target of 250 miles, so that's looking pretty good. But okay. The MS Trust, woo, or Ms. Trust, as I call her, indicates that we should really do a fundraising video. So, this is it. I'm not digging this, I'll be honest. I don't find fundraising particularly fun. So I guess to me it's only drazing. Because I don't mind the walking, obviously. I do enjoy the walking, to understand. I'm walking now. But Gunnersbury Park, Gunnersbury Museum, recently redone. And I'm going to feed the crows of Gunnersbury Park. Anyway, I'm walking now. But the fundraising part, the actually kind of sending emails and asking people, hat in hand, please donate, give us the fucking money now. I don't think he ever said that, but whatever. That's just a bit embarrassing to me. Maybe that's because I'm French and I come from a culture where the charity sector is much less developed than it is here. Perhaps because, they've got this socialist notion that things like children protection, homelessness and cancer research should actually be funded by the state. Interesting ideas. Those filthy continentals. Anyway, right, so fundraising video for the MS Trust, and this is why you should donate. Okay. The MS Trust provides a lot of support to people with MS, their immediate carers, throughout the course of their disease. So this support will take different forms, as you can imagine, at different stages of the disease. It's sort of, anyway, emotional support. It's also information, and then there's material support. And of course, all of those things, need different degrees of funding. So, in order to get you, again, as we approached last week, to donate to meet the target, let me tell you how this money is spent. So as I said, I'm not really one of them, but Ms. Trust does accompany people with MS throughout the course of their diseases, and I'm myself in an early stage, as illustrated by the fact I'm still walking, obviously. So I'd like to maybe think about the early stages of the disease, where the type of support you need is much more emotional and informational. Because an MS diagnosis is it's a bit of a bummer, as I'm sure you can imagine. So there's 100 people a week diagnosed with MS in the country. And because of some kind of mathematics magic, it actually works out as 1 every 100 minutes. So easy numbers to remember. So every time I do this, and go and watch a movie, and maybe I'll do it again in 100 minutes, but every time I do this, someone in the country is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And here's how you can help. For £15, that's a good example where your money goes, small donation. If you wanted your money to be used for one thing in particular, what could £15, do they need it? Is it a lot? Whatever. For £15, that's enough to publish, produce and supply and get it into their hands an information pack about how to make sense of MS, which to a lot of people diagnosed with MS is maybe the first sort of non-clinical informational contact they will get post-diagnosis. You get out of the consultation room with the neurologist, hopefully there's some those rotating racks with bits of literature, and you start going, right, if you're like me, I better stock up on some reading materials, and yes, someone needs to publish those reading materials, because it's not the NHS doing it, because, why would they, frankly? And it tends to be the MS Society and the MS Trust in this country. The MS Society are the orange guys, with the enemies, but they're good too. But the MS Trust is much less funded and needs your help. So here you go. If you donate £15 to help me finish those last 50 miles of the Miles for MS month, you can get one of the 100 people that will be diagnosed with MS in this week. You can get them that first stack of little booklets and leaflets and materials that can, I'm kind of speaking from my personal experience here, but be a bit of a rock of actual meaningful information in the middle of a bit of a tumultuous emotional sea of an MS diagnosis. So please donate, and remember, if you are working like me, if we're colleagues, if you're working for you know who, remember that the company will match your donation 100%, which is effectively doubling it. It's very good. Just get a receipt, send it over, it's all good. And if you're not working for you know who, it's a bit tricky with the exposure here. Maybe do that. Yes, that's smart. Should have done it better. Okay, left hand. If you're not working for my company, well, maybe yours actually has a similar matching thing. I mean, why like look into this, because if you can just double the effectiveness of your donation, why not? So think about it, £15, that's a starting point. Yeah, it means a lot to me and to all the people diagnosed with MS in the country. It's a tearful appeal. Right, I'll see you soon. Maybe if you donate, maybe I'll post an update video where you actually see me feeding the crows, and it's shot by actually someone holding the camera as opposed to the selfie mode, which is terribly flattering. Right, see you later.